ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
They'll start with the option.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It was Brandon Graham that came in there and got him.
But not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia.
Take it at the 37.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized
his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Pollard, and he is going to lose yardage here. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And Now a pause because we got A.J. Brown dinged up on that last play, and they're going to have to get some medical attention to him. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 99 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Oh, the sneak. It's Hurts.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, roll forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that can be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead he said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
On first down, Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On third down, here comes Swift.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
DeAndre Swift
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And a fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
A second down throw for Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's brought down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Prescott from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And it's a smart move to throw it away.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Second and 10. Hurts.
Flush to his right. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game.
A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
3rd and long for Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the 2nd half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. That's pulled in at the 32.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
167 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Once again, it's Swift.
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Down the left sideline. Touchdown! Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift.
40 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll try to run with Swift.
And did he get the football to break the play? No, he did not. They'll say he's out of bounds shy of the goal line, and they'll be denied on the 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
That's taken on the 25. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
Looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air.
Yeah.
I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Oh, the sneak. It's Hurts.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage.
And these Eagles may have been the first to really perfect this play. Let Hurts take the snap, then get some help pushing from behind. This was so successful, some folks, including me, were calling for this play to be outlawed. But while it's still in the books, no one runs it better than Hurts, and he takes this one in.
Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Hurts will throw.
They'll roll him out right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And Lamb going to have a Cowboys 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Now Prescott.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. 1st down, Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
pressure. They got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and the late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going deep for Brown.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than